Hello and welcome to step one of project two. Um, in this project we're going to attempt to forecast risk of our evaluated portfolio. Now step one, obviously we're going to come to the base Excel, go into assignment two, get our project going, just open the file. Go. We'll enable our editing, enable the content, and then as always just click to start the process, your name. Make sure that you get your right name in here, right? Capital letters, lowercase, that's not important, but we use this information in order to test, in order to set up a password system. And then your 800 number. Obviously this isn't mine, but between your name and your 800 number we're going to generate a password. That password is going to be used for you to download your graded assignments so that only you can open that Excel file. Alright, we'll just click OK and then we're done. Close it. So at this point on your desktop you should have the required document. Alright, we're just going to open this up a little bit so it's easier to see. Now this particular is a working table, so it should show up in your appendix, but it should also be formally tabled, so I'm going to leave that to you. We'll start with a portfolio starting file value. We're going to look at our inputs here. So my portfolio value is 4.56 million. I'll just enter that. And then the expected return is down here. That's the sum of the contributions. I'll do a Control C to copy. And then I'm going to come over here and paste the number with formatting. Our monthly return is simply equal to our annual return, and then we're going to go ahead and divide that by 12. Just as a reminder, if you a highlighted box means that it's going to be a graded cell. Our base risk is going to show up here. That's our annual risk associated with portfolio. I'm going to do a Control C to copy, and then I'm going to come down here and go ahead and paste the number in the formatting. What you don't want to do is say this is equal to, and come back to your previous document and pick a number. So what this means is that these two files are completely linked. So if you update one, the other one has to update. So that slows down your system. In addition, if Excel can't find where this particular file is, it'll give you an error because it can't trace to where the file is. So we don't want that. I'm going to hit the delete button. Emphasize again, we don't want to do that. I'm going to grab my monthly risk, do a Control C to copy, and then come over here, and then we're going to paste special, just get the number. Alright, I'm going to come down here to my stocks. So I just put my list of stocks. Again, highlight the group, Control C to copy, back here, and then we're just going to again paste special, and just the number in the formatting, and then grab the weights. Here are my weights, Control C to copy, and then again paste numbers in the formatting. Finish that up with an underline. As I've mentioned several times, you want to work on creating nice clear worksheets or tabs. In business, other people will come in behind you to look at this material. The more organized it is, the better it's going to be, for a number of obvious reasons. Alright, our critical value. To get the monthly VAR at 2.5%. So the 2.5% means there's a 2.5% probability of getting this return or worse, right? So a VAR, value at risk, is a test of what happens when things go bad. And we're going to assume that everything is normally distributed. So let's work on our critical value first. So this is going to equal norm S inverse. And then you just enter the probability. So in this case, it's 0.25. So that's 2.5%. And what you get out of here is basically a z-score, or you can see a t-value. And what it's saying is that you're going to be 1.95996 standard deviations away from the mean, and that will give you a 2.5% probability. So then to use that from a VAR standpoint, equal parenthesis, we want to take our monthly expected return, and then we're going to subtract from that. I know it's not showing up too well down here, but you can see up here fine. We're going to subtract from that our critical value, and then we're going to multiply that by our monthly risk. And in point of fact, since we have a negative critical value here, we're actually going to add. So we want to minus a minus is a plus. And then we're going to multiply that by the value of the portfolio. So that says our value at risk is basically minus 300 and we could lose up to $306,876. This is in millions, so that will give you an idea of how much potential loss is available. So you look at your client and they say, well, what's my value at risk? It's $306,000, $307,000 is what you could potentially lose. And that's why we have a negative number here. So it's considered as a loss. Sometimes it's referred to in the positive value as well. All right, one other thing we're going to do in this video, and then we'll be done. We're going to download monthly data again and then stack it in a returns file. We've already written a macro that takes care of that. So I'm going to go in here to the developer, click on the view code aspect of it. Let's open that up. So this is the project that I'm working on, and this is the previous file. So this is the value weighted portfolio, and then we have module 1 and module 2, and we can right click and view code here. So this is referred to as stack 1, and this macro stacks monthly returns for the covariance matrix. That's what we're looking for. So I'm just going to grab that module, and then I'm just going to come up here and put it into my value at risk file, or my this is a forecast of risk file. Alright, so at this point I ought to be able to come to my original file, go ahead and close that one out. Here I am at the value at risk file. My developer is still open, and we can see underneath the modules, view code, we have stack 1. Alright, I'm going to end the video here. When we come back, we're going to download some data, monthly return data, and then we're going to adjust this macro slightly. And once it's adjusted, we'll move on to the next step and run this particular macro to stack everything. Alright, thank you very much. I hope you're enjoying the project so far.